The next day, you woke up in Jimin's arms. You looked at him only to find him asleep. You took your time in admiring him. He looked more handsome while sleeping. Your eyes roamed on his face, drinking in him. Your husband is handsome, right? You flinched when he opened his one eye and peeked at you. Your cheeks turned red as you got caught red-handed. You were awake whole time. No, I woke up when I felt someone's hard gaze on me. I didn't know you were enjoying the view. He spoke, pulling you closer to him and kissed your forehead. He again closed his eyes and stroked your head. Sleep, princess. You glanced at the wall clock. No, wake up. It's 8. Don't you have work to do? I have, but I want to sleep. I'm getting a peaceful sleep after months. Can't mess it. You tried to wiggle out of his grip. He groaned and opened his eyes to gaze at you sleepily. Let me sleep. You sleep, but let me go. I have work. What work? I need to shower and then I need to prepare breakfast for us. I have maids for that. You don't have to tire your small body. Just because you are taller than me, it doesn't mean I am small. You glared at him while he chuckled, finding you cute. Okay, Your Highness. Now let me sleep for some time. But, Princess, if you speak one more word, I'll kiss you. You were quick to shut your mouth. Good girl, now sleep a little more with your husband. He glided his fingers in your hair, taking you back to your dreamland along with him. Jimin was feeding you lunch because you both slept through the morning and woke up at the time of lunch. Why do you always feed me? Because I want to and it's my way to show my love, he replied, putting another morsel in your mouth. After feeding you, he was about to eat when you took the plate from him. He gave you a questioning look. When you can feed me, then why can't I? You put a spoonful of rice in front of his mouth, but he was just staring at you. Eat, you can stare at me later. He chuckled, eating the food from your hands. After being done feeding each other, he pulled you in a side hug while you rested your head on his chest. Jimin, yes, princess. What work do you do? As you know, I don't remember anything. I'm just curious. I'm a businessman, he replied after thinking for a while. I didn't lie. I just told her the half truth. He reassured you himself. No wonder you are so rich. Anyways, what work did I used to do? You didn't work, he replied hesitantly. You backed off, your eyes searching for his. Then what will I do whole day? Stay by my side, that is enough. But you leave for work, then I'll be bored here alone. Then I'll stay with you. Who will do your work then? I have employees for that. No way, you better go to your office. You uttered sternly. He sighed and placed his head on your shoulder. Fine, I'll go tomorrow, but let me stay here today. You smiled and kissed his head. Few minutes passed in silence, which broke with a knock on the door. Come in. The door opened, revealing Jackson. You smiled awkwardly and tried to push Jimin off your shoulder, but he didn't budge. Boss, you asked for it, he uttered coldly, handing him a box. Hmm, you can go. He bowed his head before leaving from there. Why? You looked at him curiously. Jimin, what is in this box? A new cell phone for you. Here. He reached out for the phone inside the box and handed it to you. I already saved mine and Jackson's number in it. What about other family members? Other family members? Yeah, my family and your family. We don't have a family, princess. What do you mean? Where are my parents? They are no more. You felt the pressure at the back of your eyes. What? You whispered in a broken voice. That means I have no one. You stammered while tears started falling from your eyes. Hey, don't cry. He pulled you in his arms, letting you cry on his chest. He recalled the time when he mocked you about not having a family, and now his heart was clenching hearing your painful sobs. "I'm sorry," he whispered and pecked your head. Your loud sobs died down to soft sniffs. Jimin was rubbing your back. After some time, you broke the hug and looked at him with your red face. "Do I really have no one?" "You do. You have me. I'm your family. You are not alone, okay?" "Thank you." You smiled slightly. "I have you and you have me. That's enough for us. And also, we have that annoying Jackson who considered himself as my brother." You chuckled when he rolled his eyes. "That's so mean. He loves you." "Yeah, I know, and I only wish the best for him." "Princess, do you want to go out?" he asked when he saw you lost in your thoughts. "But where?" "Somewhere just you and me." "Okay, I'll get ready." He smiled when you hopped inside the closet excitedly. He was determined to maintain that smile on your face no matter what he had to do for that. "Jimin, wake up." You shook his shoulder, who was sleeping soundly, clutching you in his arms. "Let me sleep, and you also sleep." "Now get up. It's 9 already. You have to go to your office." "I'm not going." "And why is that?" "Because I don't want to. I want to cuddle with you whole day." "No, wake up and go to your office." What kind of wife are you? Some wives complain that their husband do not spend time with them, and you are adamant to send me away. So mean. He uttered, peeking at you with his half open eyes. "Fine, stay here, but let me go." "No, stay with me. I need to use the restroom, Jimin." He groaned but nevertheless loosened his grip. You slipped off his hold and walked towards the bathroom. Coming out of the bathroom, your eyes fell on your husband, who was sprawled all over the bed. You smiled, feeling the luckiest to have him as your husband. 6 months passed within a blink of eye. He never let you feel unloved, not for a second. Taking you on dates every week, bringing flowers for you, calling you in every hour when he was in office, feeding you with his hands. He never left a chance to make you feel special. And not to forget your marriage anniversary, he presented a new gift for you every hour and ordered your favorite food. You were only happy with him every second. Even when you cried because of happiness. He didn't only call you princess, but he actually treated you like one. "Princess, if you're done staring, then come back here." He spoke, breaking your trance of thoughts. "No thanks." "Come here, princess, let me sleep a little more." He whined and turned on his back. A mischievous idea popped in your mind. You smirked internally and stepped towards your vanity. Collecting your makeup in your hands, you moved towards the bed. You placed the makeup on the bed and climbed on his stomach. He opened his eyes for a brief second. "What is going on in your brain?" "Nothing. You just sleep and let me do my work." He sighed and closed his eyes. You giggled excitedly, using your makeup skills on his face. "I envy your lips. I want full lips like you," you murmured, applying bright red lipstick on his lips. "Orchids can have full lips." He mumbled his low voice. "What did you say?" "Nothing. Are you done?" "Now wait, let me click some pictures." Reached out for your phone and clicked up teamed pictures of him. "You look beautiful." You giggled, going through the pictures you had just clicked. "I'm gonna put these as wallpaper," you murmured to yourself. "I am going downstairs." You kissed his cheek and fled away from there. Jamin sighed and got off the bed. He saw his reflection in the mirror. His face was glowing with different colors his wife used on his face. He shook his head. "I'm indeed wept." He stepped towards the bathroom to take a shower. Jimin came out of the bathroom, and at the same time you entered carrying a tray of food in your hands. Your lips broke out in the prettiest smile when your eyes met Jimin's. He smiled slightly. I'll take revenge for what you did to my face. I just made you beautiful. You innocently blinked your eyes. He placed the tray on the table while Jimin sat on the couch. You were about to sit beside him, but he yanked you by grabbing your wrist, and you directly landed on his lap. You gasped loudly in shock. Are you uncomfortable? He asked, tightening his grip on your waist when you tried to get off his lap. No, I'm just shy. He chuckled and kissed your temple. Don't be shy, princess, he said and started feeding you. After eating food, you were about to stand up, but he pulled you back on his lap. Princess, I have to attend a business party tonight. Would you like to go with me? Of course, cool. There's dress for you in the closet. Wear that tonight, okay? You're spoiling me too much. I only have one wife. I'll spoil her as much as I want. He bobbed his nose with yours, earning a chuckle from you. He smiled slightly, seeing your face, which was glowing with happiness. He was happy, but the conflicting thoughts were still there, buried somewhere in his heart. He was scared of the day when you will regain your memories. He was scared to lose you again, when he had fallen for you more harder and more deeper. His chain of thoughts broke by you. Jimin, where did we meet for the first time? In a cafe. How did you approach me? I kidnapped you. He replied with a serious expression on his face. Your smile dropped. You stared at his face for some time before bursting into loud laughter. Nice joke. You stammered in between your laugh, but he had still a blank face on. Don't tell me. I want to remember it myself. His heartbeat quickened when you uttered those words. I want to remember everything. I sometimes see a blurry image of a man shooting the other man. Do you know anything about it? Is it something related to my past? You asked casually, but you didn't know how your words had shaken his insides. His fears were slowly coming true. Promise me you'll never leave me. Why would I leave you, Jimin? Promise me, princess. You were confused as his demeanor suddenly changed from happy to restless. You slowly nodded. I promise. He hugged you tightly, hiding his face in the crook of your neck. His heavy breathing and stiff body was making you worried. His grip was tight to the point that you were having difficulty in breathing. I won't leave you ever. You whispered in his ear, rubbing his nape gently, which made him relax and his grip slowly loosen. Princess, how much more time will you take? Just 2 minutes. You have been saying the same for the last 2 hours. Coming, my impatient husband. You came out of the closet trying to hook the necklace around your neck. Jimmy slowly lifted his gaze from your feet to your face. His breath stuck in his throat due to how beautiful you looked in the black maxi dress that he bought for you. You were looking far more ravishing than his expectations. You sighed when he successfully hooked the necklace. You smiled looking at Jimin, who was completely lost in your beauty. How am I looking? You blushed when he walked towards you, staring at you without blinking. Wow, let me see my wife properly. He held your hand and twirled you around before yanking your body closer by grabbing your waist. Your hands went to his chest and reflex. Gorgeous, he whispered, tugging your loose tresses behind your ear. You looked down, not being able to hold his intense gaze. Let's ditch the party and go on a date, he whispered and placed a long peck on your right cheek. You closed your eyes, feeling his warm lips on your skin. He then kissed your left cheek and lastly placed a long peck on your forehead. His eyes moved to your rosy lips. A sudden urge to taste those lips again arose in his mind. He gulped and formed his jaw, trying to get a hold on his desires. Let's go on a date. You opened your eyes when he stepped away from you. No, I want to go to the party. The party is not that important. Whatever it is, I still want to go. Jimmy sighed, finally giving up against your innocent eyes. Let's go, Your Highness. You squealed and kissed on his cheek before running downstairs excitedly. Jimmy shook his head, following you. You were happily interacting with the people whom Jimin was introducing to you. Though it was a boring business party, but you were happy because you were with your husband. You blushed every time he introduced you as his wife. His arms were securely wrapped around your waist while you were clinging to his side. You felt uncomfortable when you felt someone's constant gaze on you. You looked around and found a man who was checking you out. When his eyes found yours, he passed you a dirty smirk. You gulped and stuck more into Jimin. Jimin, who was talking to someone, noticed your restless state. Are you okay, princess? Yes, I want to use the restroom. Let me show you the way. No, you continue. I'll be back really quick. He smiled and nodded. You went towards the washroom. You sighed, looking at your reflection in the mirror. You still felt goosebumps when you recalled about the look that the unknown man passed you. You opened the tap and splashed the cold water on your face. This time, when you looked in the mirror, you saw the reflection of the same man behind you. Your heartbeat accelerated. You hastily turned around. You so wanted to wipe off that eating grin on his face. Who are you and what are you doing here? It's female washroom. I am Max and I came here following you and I am very well aware that it's a female washroom. What do you want? He chuckled and swore you had never heard something so irritating. I want you. I let you go after having you once. It would be a lie if anyone said that you weren't scared. You were terrified. You knew you were in trouble and all you wanted to do was to hide in your husband's arms. My husband is outside. He won't spare you if you try to touch me. That is when he comes to know about it. You ran towards the door, but he held your arm and pinned you to the nearby wall. Leave me. You wiggled in his grip, earning a slap from him. Tears started falling from your eyes as you struggled to get away from his disgusted hold. Stay still, let me taste you once. No, let me go. You thrashed your limbs when you felt his hand roaming all over your body. Jimin held your words muffled when he placed his hand on your mouth. You pleaded him through your glossy eyes to let you go, but he only smirked, coming dangerously closer to your neck. You closed your eyes, praying the Almighty to send someone to help you. You heard the door opening with a thud, and the next second you fell limp on your knees when you didn't feel Mac's hold on you anymore. You opened your eyes to find him on the floor with your husband on top of him, punching him continuously. How dare you touch my woman? He was looking scary. His eyes were red due to anger, and he showed no mercy in breaking his bones then and there. Jimin, you cried out, gaining his attention. His eyes softened as his eyes drank in your shivering figure. He left the man in half-conscious state and ran towards you. He bent down to your level and collected your crying figure in his arms. I'm here. He kissed your head multiple times, securing you in his warmth. You're fine, you're with me. He whispered sweet nothings in your ear, trying to calm you. He removed his coat and covered you with it before scooping you in his embrace. He picked you up gently and moved out before signaling Jackson to take care of that disgusting piece of. He gently lay you down on the bed. You were still sniffing. He sat beside you and kissed your forehead. He touched me. He will get his punishment for the sin he committed today. He will come back again. He won't ever come back. Sleep, princess. He kissed your head. I still feel his hands on my body, whispered as again fresh tears rolled down your eyes. He clenched his jaw, trying to drink in his rising anger. I feel disgusted of myself. You didn't do anything wrong. He should be disgusted of what he did. Jimin, I'm here only sleep. Make his touch go away. He stared at you with a blank face. You need to sleep, princess. He stood up, but you grabbed his wrist. Do you feel disgusted of me? He snapped his head in your direction, gazing at you with dark eyes. Don't utter those words ever again. Then why are you not touching me? He sat beside you and placed a long peck on your forehead. You are not in the right state of your mind. You don't know what you are saying. Sleep for now. We'll talk in the morning. I won't be able to sleep. Please make his touch go away. He placed his forehead against yours. You will regret it. I won't, please. You don't know what you are asking for. You'll regret it later. If you won't touch me now, you'll regret it your whole life. He whispered as you sobbed loudly. You are making it hard for me. You'll blame me for everything later. Go away. I know you don't feel the same for me now. You feel this. Your words muffled in his mouth when he captured your lips with his. Kissed you delicately, like he was scared that he'll hurt you. Breaking the kiss, he looked at you with mixed emotions. I'm doing it for you. I'll take all the blames you'll throw at me later on. Whispered before pulling you in another kiss. Your lips moved in sync with his. Gradually, the barriers between your bodies were piled up on the floor. You forgot everything when his skin touched yours. Your body melted under his warmth. Days of ecstasy left your eyes when he moved his body against yours under the blanket. He handled you delicately, touching the deepest part of your body. His hands kissed all the part of your body, replacing the dirty touch with his touch, which was full of love, adoration, and above all, respect. He claimed not only your body but also your soul. He whispered "Upteenth, I love you" in your ear, like assuring you that he was showing his love. There was not an ounce of lust in his actions. His lips trailed over your skin, leaving beautiful marks behind. That night, they consummated their marriage. The mafia, who was known for his ruthlessness, became the kindest husband for his woman, for his princess. That night, he marked your heart as his. As the night grew more darker, their breathing became more heavy and intense. Despite the air conditioner being on, the room temperature grew more and more hot as their sweaty bodies mingled together like two pieces of puzzle. Their minds were full of chaos, but they shrugged off every thought and focused on each other, just Jimin and Wan. As the dawn arrived, they called it a day, sleeping in each other's arms.